Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doyediri has demanded environmental justice for the pollution and despoilation of the state arising from decades of oil exploration and exploitation activities by international oil companies, IOCs, operating in the state. Senator Diri made the demand during the launch of the final report of the state's Oil and Environmental Commission at the House of Lords recently in London, United Kingdom.
In March 2019, immediate past governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Henry Seriake Dixon, inaugurated the state's Oil and Environmental Commission to investigate the environmental, health and socio-economic damage caused by crude oil and gas production over a period of 6 decades. The commission, chaired by former Anglican Archbishop of York, Dr. John Sentamu, and former Ghanaian President John Kufuor, Baroness Valerie Amos, a member of the House of Lords, as well as international scholars and researchers as members. Immediately after their inauguration, members of the commission swung into action and visited several communities in Bayelsa State to carry out an on-the-spot assessment of environmental pollution attendant on oil exploration and production in the state. 4 years after the Bayelsa Oil and Environmental Commission was inaugurated, it came up with its final report launched recently in the British House of Lords. Findings in the report indicate that not less than 109,940 barrels of crude oil, representing roughly 25% of oil spills in Nigeria, were spilled in Bayelsa State from 2006 to 2020. Bayelsa State experienced a spill every 12 hours in 14 years, making the state one of the most polluted crude oil and gas production hubs in the world. During the launch of the report in the House of Lords, Chairman of Bayelsa Oil and Environmental Commission, Dr. Sentamu, presented a copy to Bayelsa State Governor, Senator Doyediri.
Greatest honor and privilege to present to you the reports commissioned by your predecessor, and I hope all the recommendations you're going to make sure they all take place where the state is concerned.
Reacting to the findings in the report, Senator Diri called for immediate action to stop decades of environmental genocide, not only in Bayelsa State, but the rest of Nigeria's oil-producing region.
It is our expectation that these reports will provide the basis for the urgent and concrete action needed to address the monumental environmental devastation that has ravaged our states for decades, as well as guarantee the survival and livelihood of these and future generations in Bayelsa.
Over the years, the Nigerian state has been unable to get the IOCs to comply with international best practices in their operations. Baroness Valerie Amos, a member of the British House of Lords who also served in the Bayelsa Oil and Environmental Commission, called on the international community to come to the rescue of Bayelsa State, which has witnessed untold environmental pollution in the last 6 decades.
We need the international community to rally to save Bayelsa and the wider Niger Delta now. Oil companies don't operate in a vacuum. We heard that this morning. Some have their headquarters here, right here in London. We can't turn a blind eye to what our European, and I include British in that tells you where I stand on Brexit, and American companies are doing in less economically developed countries. I know that we are facing entrenched and powerful interests, but we have to believe that change is possible. It's our duty as global citizens.
Presented virtually in his goodwill message, former governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Seriake Dixon, called for concerted efforts to enthrone environmental justice in the state.
I believe that everyone, whether you are living in Bayelsa, in Nigeria, in the United States, or in the UK, or anywhere else in the world, deserves the same right to a safe environment, to continue to work together, come together, to stand together in defense and in protection of the environment and the livelihoods of our people that has been devastated for over 6 decades.
Findings in the final report of the Bayelsa State Oil and Environmental Commission show that regulatory agencies have continued to downplay the seriousness of environmental pollution in Bayelsa State. Additionally, the report accuses the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, and its joint venture partners of providing misleading information about causes of oil spills whenever they occur in the state. Chairman of Bayelsa State Council of Traditional Rulers, King Bubaraye Dakolo, and Amayanobo of Okwama Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Ebitimi Banigo, are optimistic that the report of the Bayelsa State Oil and Environmental Commission will set the record straight and shame polluters of the environment in the Niger Delta.
Once there's a spillage, they say it is sabotage. Sabotage by who? Because ordinarily, if there's a sabotage, we should also see the saboteur. We never see the saboteur. We are happy that this report is showing, and the world should know.
It's a very comprehensive and to the point report. It has highlighted all the damages to the environment and the missteps along the way in developing the oil and gas resources in the Niger Delta. But it is very clear that we have a monumental problem on our hands.
The Bayelsa State Oil and Environmental Commission recommends a new legal framework that will ensure accountability in the operations of IOCs. It also recommends that the sum of $12 billion be set aside to clean up oil-impacted communities for a period of 12 years to restore the despoiled environment back to its full productive health.
Inside the Niger Delta,